Power is not dangerous because it gives you everything. Power is dangerous because it removes resistance. When a man has to struggle, society shapes him. Rules exist, consequences exist, limits exist. But when power arrives, real power, something silent happens inside the mind. The world stops saying no, and that is where morality is tested. Most people believe power corrupts a man. That is not entirely true. Power does not corrupt. Power reveals. It reveals who you were pretending not to be. Jeffrey Epstein is not important because of the crimes alone. He is important because he shows us what happens when intelligence, money, access, and protection collide without inner discipline. This is not a crime story. This is a warning. Epstein did not start as a monster. No man does. Psychologically, predators are not born in darkness. They are shaped by unchecked reinforcement. When a man crosses a line and nothing happens, the brain records a lesson. I can do this. When he crosses again and still nothing happens, the lesson becomes belief. I am untouchable. This is how morality dies, quietly. Not with guilt, not with fear, but with absence of consequence. Stoic philosophers warned about this thousands of years ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the greatest threat to a man is not poverty or pain, but luxury without character, because pain teaches limits. Luxury removes them. Power creates a dangerous illusion that rules exist for others. When a man begins to feel superior, he stops seeing people as individuals. They become objects, tools, resources. Psychology calls this dehumanization. Stoicism calls it loss of reason. And spirituality calls it ego possession. This is why power without inner work is lethal, not just to others, but to the man himself. A disciplined man controls his desires. A powerful, undisciplined man becomes their slave. There is something important to understand here. Epstein didn't fall because he was weak. He fell because he never trained restraint. Self-control is not automatic. It must be built. And most men who chase power believe discipline comes after success. That is the lie. Discipline must come before power, or power will expose your worst self. Stoicism teaches that a man should live as if someone is always watching, even when no one is. Because the true test of character is not what you do publicly, but what you allow yourself privately. Another psychological pattern emerges here: elite immunity. When powerful men surround themselves only with other powerful men, a closed system forms. Inside the system, loyalty replaces morality, silence replaces truth, protection replaces justice. This is not conspiracy. This is human behavior. Men protect the group because the group protects them. Stoics warned against this too. They believe proximity to unchecked power makes the soul sick, because when everyone benefits from silence, truth becomes dangerous. Now let's talk about desire. Desire is not evil, but desire without limits is. Epstein's case shows what happens when desire is fed without resistance. The brain adapts, the threshold increases. Normal pleasure stops working. Psychology calls this desensitization. Stoicism calls it enslavement. Spiritual traditions call it loss of awareness. A man who cannot say enough is not free, no matter how rich or powerful he becomes. And this is the most important lesson for young men watching this. Power will not make you better. Money will not make you wise. Access will not make you fulfilled. These things amplify who you already are. If you are disciplined, power sharpens you. If you are insecure, power inflates you. If you are corrupt, power exposes you. Epstein did not become immoral because he was powerful. He became powerful without morality. That distinction matters. Stoicism teaches one brutal truth. A man must govern himself before he can govern anything else. The moment you believe rules are optional, you begin your decline. The moment you justify behavior because you are above consequences, you lose your humanity. And the world eventually corrects this imbalance, violently or slowly. History proves this again and again. This is why Stoics valued simplicity, self-denial, accountability, inner authority. They knew external power is temporary, but inner control is everything. Epstein's life shows us what happens when intelligence grows, but wisdom does not, when money grows, but conscience does not, when access grows, but awareness does not. So here's the real question, and it is uncomfortable. If you suddenly had power, money, privacy, and no consequences, who would you become? That question is the point of this video. Not Epstein, not elites, not scandals, you. Because the difference between a strong man and a dangerous man is not power. It is self-restraint. Stoicism teaches us to live as if power is a test, not a reward. To remember that character matters most when no one is watching. That desire must be mastered, not obeyed.